One wrong shift, one loose towel, and suddenly, the most durable superstar in modern sports nearly handed the world a full-blown locker room reveal. Cameras caught the slip, the stumble, the microsecond of panic, and that was enough. The clip detonated across timelines before the interview even ended, turning a routine post-game moment into pure viral combustion. The Lakers had just closed out a solid road win, the kind of tight, grind-heavy matchup that usually leaves LeBron in full command of the post-game spotlight. Cameras poured into the locker room the second the buzzer hit. Reporters crowded around him, ready for quotes about rotations, late-game adjustments, and his steadying presence. He wasn't suited up yet, just a towel around his waist, fresh out of the shower, cooling down from a high-intensity finish. Nothing unusual. Standard NBA post-game chaos. But the timing made this moment sharper. The Lakers needed this win. The media needed LeBron's words. He needed to project control. That's what made the setting so volatile when the towel decided not to cooperate. He shifted his stance mid-sentence, adjusting the towel like he'd done 100 times in 100 interviews. But this time the grip loosened. The edge dipped. The fabric sagged just enough for every camera in the room to lock in. A half-inch lower, and it would have been a full broadcast disaster. Reporters went silent for a beat, unsure if they'd just watched history almost happen. The micro-slip was so fast that LeBron barely reacted, but the lenses caught everything. The wobble, the slide, the moment where the towel looked defeated. Within minutes, that single near exposure became the clip everyone replayed in slow motion. Shocked at how close the world came to seeing more than any post-game coverage ever should. The moment the interview ended, the footage took off like it had been waiting in drafts all night. Social feeds lit up with freeze frames, zoom-ins, and meme edits before official outlets had even written a headline. Fans joked that the towel clocked out early, while others accused the cameras of lingering too long. Comment sections split instantly, half laughing, half calling it intrusive. Sports pages ran the clip on loop, each replay more exaggerated than the last. Even casual viewers jumped in, firing off reactions about almost getting courtside access to too much. The viral chain moved so fast that by the time LeBron left the arena, the towel had become its own character online, complete with fan pages, parody accounts, and debates over who was really at fault. The fabric, the angle, or the cameras that refused to blink. He'd put up 17 points, commanded the floor, and steadied the Lakers during a stretch where every possession mattered. It was the kind of veteran performance that usually earns a clean headline and a highlight reel. Instead, the stat line evaporated. The win barely trended. Analysts tried to talk about his efficiency, but every conversation got drowned out by the replay of that slipping towel. The moment hijacked the narrative so completely that fans joked they forgot the Lakers even played. What should have been a story about momentum and leadership became a spectacle about a wardrobe malfunction that lasted less than a second, rewriting the entire night in real time. For a player who spent 2 decades curating total control of his brand, his body, his image, this kind of slip hit a sensitive zone. Veterans like him usually move through locker rooms with an unspoken code. What happens in that space stays contained, respectful, nowhere near public consumption. But the cameras, the access, the rush to capture every second blurred that boundary. The clip sparked debates about whether media presence has gone too far, whether privacy even exists for an icon of his magnitude, and whether the league's open locker policy makes these moments inevitable. Some argued he deserved more protection as a veteran. Others claimed this is the trade-off for modern superstar visibility. Either way, the incident chipped at the idea that he's immune to embarrassment, proving even the most polished image can fracture when the world has a front-row seat. The internet rarely settles for the simplest explanation, and this moment was no exception. Some fans immediately labeled it an honest slip, a routine post-shower adjustment caught at the wrong angle. But others pushed a different narrative. Rumors floated that he knew the cameras were locked in, that he shifted a little too casually for someone unfamiliar with the spotlight. Meme accounts framed it as strategic exposure, while gossip pages suggested he'd grown tired of standard post-game soundbites and accidentally fed the algorithm something juicier. A few commentators even hinted that the timing, right after a much-needed win, felt suspiciously convenient for grabbing headlines. None of it proven, all of it loud. And in a media climate wired for spectacle, the whispers spread faster than any official explanation. turning a simple near malfunction into a full-blown debate over whether the king accidentally slipped or intentionally leaned into the chaos. Moments like this expose more than a near slip. They expose the ecosystem built around celebrity bodies. 1 inch of fabric out of place becomes instant content, proof that the internet is always starving for something raw, unfiltered, borderline invasive. For athletes, especially someone with LeBron's physique and public presence, even privacy becomes part of the performance. Body image isn't personal anymore, it's a market. Every muscle, every flaw, every accidental reveal gets scrutinized, reposted, turned into a storyline with its own momentum. The towel mishap didn't trend because it was scandalous. It trended because it fed a culture that treats celebrity skin like public property. It's the price of visibility, the cost of being a global figure in an era where attention has no boundaries and restraint has no value. 1 slip becomes spectacle. 1 vulnerable second becomes a viral commodity. The slip was fleeting, but its impact is lasting. 1 misplaced fold of fabric forced the world to witness the collision of private life and public appetite. LeBron remained composed, but the moment laid bare the tension every superstar navigates. Control versus consumption, privacy versus virality. It wasn't just a wardrobe hiccup. It was a mirror reflecting the cost of fame, the fragility of curated image, and how even a single misstep can dominate headlines, erase achievements, and redefine a night's narrative. In the end, the towel didn't just slip. It exposed the limits of what a global icon can protect when every second is a story waiting to be retold. And if moments like this can flip the whole internet upside down in seconds, imagine what drops next. Don't miss it. Hit subscribe, tap like, and share this before the clip disappears from everyone's feed.